Hello, welcome to my talk show. I'm your host, Owen Rebel, here back again for another interview. This today is going to be interview number 267, I believe. It's going to be of Sunshine. She's going to be joining us in a moment here. Just a quick reminder, if any questions, please use the command in the chat, estimate by questions, and we'll get into your questions in about an hour or so. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's show. Anyway, without further ado, let's introduce our guest, Sunshine, coming from behind the curtains.
Hello.
Hello.
Man. This is a little bit nerve-wracking. I've never been on a talk show before. So, why are you laughing at me? Why?
Well, it's funny. That's just the chat, you know? The chat likes to laugh at things, you know? You're a funny person, you know that?
Funny looking, maybe. I'll accept.
Oh, wow. Good. How about yourself?
Really good. Just having a day off, having a good day today. Excited to be here. I'm not sure what else I can say. It's just been a really good day.
Okay, all right. I mean, you know, no worries. You know, we'll take it slow. We'll take it easy, you know what I'm saying? Just like riding a bike, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start off with some easy softball questions, you know? Very simple.
Okay.
So how did you come up with the name Sunshine 24/7? What's the story behind that?
Okay, so I mean that's really the origin story of everything, really. When I came to Vrchat, there were kind of two people that really influenced me to get into Vrchat, and the first one was Moon. Okay. And Moon's a huge influence on me. I've worked with him for a very long time. He's a phenomenal streamer and just person in general. And the moon and the sun go in tandem. And Happy Thoughts also was a huge influence for me to come into Vrchat. And when I decided what kind of persona I wanted to have in Vrchat, because I think that when you join Vrchat, you have an opportunity to present yourself to a new group of friends, if you're a streamer, a new audience. And I said, you know what, I want to be someone who promotes people and radiates positivity. And, you know, I don't do that all the time. Clearly, I'm human, but when I thought about Happy Thoughts name, I was like, I want something that gives someone happy thoughts. And I thought that
Hello?
They cut out.
Oh, you cut out.
Oh, did I cut out?
Yeah,
oh,
for a second. No, you're fine now.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you now. Just cut out for a second.
Okay, let me do something really quick. I've been having problems with my microphone, so hold on.
No worries. Put the camera on me. There you go. Hey, chat, what's going on? Hey, if you like the show, hey, you should hit that follow button. You know what I'm saying? I'm also 25,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? Like 40 away or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, today's gonna be a nice interview. You know, just saying. I love you all, chat.
All right, I think that's better.
All right,
Thank
we good?
you, Rebel.
All right, I think we're good.
We are good, I think.
All right, where were you? Oh yeah, talking about your name and Moon and Happy Thoughts.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so like I was saying, I just thought that, you know, I wanted a name that kind of radiated positivity because that's what I wanted to bring to the community of Vrchat. So I thought that Sunshine would be a good fit.
Makes sense. Why does the 24/7 part come in?
The 24/7 part comes in because I needed some kind of number scheme because Sunshine was taken. So I just thought, I'm going to try to be positive just all the time. And so that's kind of where that came about. So it was frankly an afterthought, but I think it works.
Yeah, I feel that. Originally, I didn't have the name That One Rebel. It was That One Rebel like 55, and I was pissed. Someone took it. So I was like, fuck you, and I put 55. But eventually I got the name. But now I don't want the name Rebel, but I can't. But, you know, that is what it is, you know? Anyway.
One day.
One day when I'm super cool. Anyway. So, okay, so how did you get into VR chat specifically? Like, how did you end up in this virtual world, or as Mark Zuckerberg would say, the metaverse?
So actually, again, that's a lot of Moon Moon and Happy Thoughts. Specifically, Moon Moon kind of got me interested in it, and then Happy Thoughts kind of sold me on it. It was kind of a really roundabout way. I was watching Moon Moon play something with Soda Poppin', and I never really watched Soda Poppin'. But for whatever reason, that particular day, I was like, oh hey, I should just go ahead and watch Soda Poppin'. He seems funny. And I saw Happy Thoughts. And I was like, whoa, I thought that was a GIF. And no, it's somebody who's in full body interacting with this virtual environment. And I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. I didn't know that this really existed. I mean, I had seen VR chat before, but not to the scale of what we have now. And I was like, well, this is something that I want to be a part of. This is really a cool experience. And so I actually talked to Happy Thoughts, and I was like, how do I move around like you do? What equipment do I need? And Happy literally took me by the hand and was like, hey, this is what I use. Yeah, that's how I came to be in VR chat. You know, just reaching out to people and them being kind enough to kind of, you know, pull me into it.
Makes sense. So you've only been playing VR chat for like what, a year and a bit, something like that?
Yeah, it's been about a year now. Yeah, it started probably about a year ago, September, in desktop, and then within a few weeks, I was in full body.
Damn, what the heck? Speed run.
Yeah, it's speedrun, yeah.
Yeah, you speed
I've
run
already
it.
hit 5,000 hours in this game.
What the heck? I only have 6,900 hours. What the hell? You have 5,000. What are you doing in this game? What's going on? I played this game 4 years. What?
Well, I spend a lot of time watching anime and movies with friends, so that's a lot of it. Plus, a lot of times I'll sleep in VR, so you know, find a nice cozy world and just watch movies until I fall asleep.
Oh, I see. I never slept in VR before. Almost once though, but not quite. But that's crazy though. Like, it's almost like VR has taken over like a good chunk of your life. If you think about it, 5,000 hours in 1 year is a lot.
It has, but I've definitely slowed down. I think that there was a lot of time where I was very obsessed with VR. Like, I have friends who are more obsessive about it and kind of live their lives in VR, but I've taken a step back to enjoy other things as well. Different games, different communities, but it's still very much a part of my life. And, you know, as you know, I'm also a full-time streamer in VR, so visiting worlds, prepping for streams, doing things like that. It's not just VR is my off time, VR is my job. So that's where a lot of the hours comes in as well.
Makes sense, yeah. Okay, so my next question is, how did it feel to have, like, since you've only been around for about a year, how did it feel to have full body, or like, you know, VR specifically for the first time? Like, when you put on the headset, you load into VR chat, how did it feel? Like, what was your first reaction, you know, experiences, your adventures like?
Well, for me, the first experience that I remember was hanging out with some people, some really good friends of mine from Moon Moon's community, and I don't know, it was really, since I already had hung out with these people outside of VR chat, to hang with them in VR chat was almost surreal, because I felt like I was physically closer to them now, and having somebody to interact with, having an actual body to interact with.
That's okay.
Blew my
I
mind.
can handle all of you.
I loved it so much, and I think that that's why I really gravitated towards it, and I have so many hours in it. It definitely, at the beginning, it was a very unhealthy relationship with VR, where I honestly just kind of full dove into it. But yeah, that's what I remember. I remember being obsessed with experiencing with other people.
Nice. Just want to quickly say, hey, thanks for the raid. I appreciate that. We're doing an interview with Sunshine here. If you want to stick around, but hey, thank you so much for the raid. That's awesome, though. Yeah, like you being able to experience VR for the first time and feel like you're closer to them because, VR in a way, with the pandemic and stuff like that, you do feel more connected, even though like physically you could be across the world, but when you're standing, in full body and be able to like kind of be able to like touch them or hug them or head pat them, it's very immersive, and some people feel that, phantom sense and stuff like that. So I'm sure it was a surreal experience. Actually, do you have phantom sense?
I do, yeah. I have pretty good phantom sense, I'd say.
Oh snap! How'd that feel when you found out like someone like touched your arm? And you're like, what the hell? Assault.
Yeah, it was definitely weird. I remember it was on the arm, actually. Someone kind of like brushed their fingers up against my arm. And it was an interesting experience because it's hard to explain it to people, and I think that a lot of people kind of disregard phantom sense as nonsense, but you can't explain to someone who doesn't have it that it's real. You either have it or you don't. You believe it exists or you don't. But I definitely have some kind of physical perception based on anything visual. I also have it with like, auditory signals as well. So like ASMR and that tingling sensation that you get usually like down the back of your spine. I have a very strong response to that as well.
Yeah, I feel the same way about phantom sense in terms of with like ASMR. Like I definitely 100% get the ASMR tingles. I don't really have a very strong sense of phantom sense. Like it seems to only affect me like top of my head or like on my face. But if someone like was like punch me, like I won't. Nothing happens. Some people say I'm not immersed enough, but I'm just like, I don't know. I think it's something you have or you don't, or you can train yourself to have phantom sense, but you have to be like really in the zone and like, I don't know, like, yoga, meditate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree. I've never had phantom sense that I've never had any kind of transfer of pain. It's always had to be something that's very subtle. Any big or wild movements doesn't really translate for me, because it's more of a visual perception kind of thing, I guess.
Yeah, because your brain's like,
explain,
this is my real hand, and then you touch it and you're like, whoa, what the heck? There's an experiment that happened, like they've been doing this for like decades, but way before phantom sense was a thing. But how to explain it really quickly is basically they have a box with a mirror in it, and you put one arm in, and then with a mirror it reflects your arm, so it looks like your other hand's in there as well. So it looks like you're like this, but really you're just like this. And so what they'll do is they'll take a hammer, or they'll like put like cotton or something like that, touch it, like, do you feel that? And it's not on your real hand, it's on your fake hand, and they'll be like, yeah, I feel that. That's phantom sense. Then the guy will take a hammer and just like bam, like that, and then be like, do you feel that? And people like jerk back because they're like, whoa, what the fuck? That's how they test that. Yeah, it doesn't actually physically hurt you because it's just a visual. You're seeing your hand, and then your body naturally reacts to be like, whoa, what the fuck? Like moving away from your hand, but you're actually in no danger. So yeah, that's what phantom sense is, but the VR is like amplifying that. Because it's first person, you see your hands, you're like, whoa. So, yeah.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
But anyway, so tell me more about your avatar. So, how does your avatar represent you in VRchat?
So, I've actually had two main avatars, really. And I went through in the first few weeks kind of like trying out different avatars to see which one really suited me. And I'll go ahead and show you the very first avatar that I ever used because it is
put the camera
interesting.
On me. There you go. Yeah, you gotta listen. You can't show people when they're changing clothes. You gotta have respect.
Yeah. So this is actually the first avatar that I ever.
All right,
And,
she went backstage. Now she's back. Wow, that was quick. Damn.
Yeah, I'm very quick at dressing. Yeah. So this is the first avatar I ever used. I thought that it represented me pretty well. It's cute. It's not overly cute or overly like underclothed, I guess you should say, and that really kind of suits my personality. But unfortunately, this avatar was used by another friend of mine, and she was like, "Hey, I really identify with that avatar. Could you please not use it?" And so out of respect, I was like, you know what? I won't use it if you really identify with this avatar. You know, this is yours. I'll honor that request and let you use it. So then I switched to the green avatar that you see me use mostly. And my basic theme is for myself is I go for avatars that are cute or more tomboyish or more clothed. Because that reflects my personality IRL. I'm very much, I am very much a hoodie and sweatpants kind of girl, or oversized T-shirt. That's just what I'm comfortable with, and I project that into VRChat as well. So that's how that avatar identifies with me. And I love the color green, and I love black, so it was just a good fit for me. I will say that all of the avatars that I use, for the most part, are publicly available. So, like, with the exception of this one and the new one that you've seen that I showed you the other day.
Yeah.
But you can still buy them. All the avatars I use are either bought or publicly available. I very rarely have any modifications. Like, you could literally go out and find the green avatar that I'm known for just out in the wild. It's a public avatar.
Makes sense. What about the Moon avatar that you have? The one that's the Doom shirt?
Do you mean my version of it, or the
Yeah.
actual Moon avatar?
Your version of it.
So my version of it actually came about when I finally decided to play Doom on my stream, and I was like, you know what, it would be really great if I kind of threw it back to my roots with Moon and had the cum shirt, because he has one as well. So I wear
Fitting.
that one very very fitting, very fitting. But I usually wear that one when I'm VTubing. Or if I'm in the Golden Gator, I'll wear it, but I usually don't wear it out in public.
I mean, this is not public. Smile.
True. If you would like, I mean, I can definitely switch into it for you
Sure.
guys.
Hold on. She's gonna go backstage real quick. Out of respect,
Yeah, so
All right, we're back.
very
Wow. Look at that.
So yeah, this is yeah. Look at that. Hey,
No, it looks
it's very
good.
nice, isn't it?
No, it looks great.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the avatar that I usually use when I'm VTubing as well.
So how was it playing Doom? Like, did you have fun? Was it the original Doom or the new one?
It was a new one, and I was having fun until I rage quit, because there was one level. It took me like 10 minutes every time I tried it, and I would just jump around in a circle and try hiding everything, and then I couldn't beat it. And I haven't been back since, but I do need to finish that game. I have a real habit of not finishing first-person games, or not first-person, but just single-player games on my stream, because I am the kind of person that I derive enjoyment from the social interaction that games bring, not necessarily the gameplay itself. I need both the social interaction and the gameplay, So single-player games, not really my thing.
Makes sense. What multiplayer games are you into? Besides VRChat?
I was gonna go and try New World more, except I've heard they've been having problems. So I do like MMOs. But mostly I've been playing Valorant, Apex Legends, Counter-Strike, and the big one that we're playing with me and my community right now is Halo and Smite. And Smite is huge in my community because it's very easy to just jump in, play an arena for 15 minutes, and jump out. And it's become kind of I wouldn't call it an obsession, but it is kind of a cult classic in my community. So that's what I'm playing most of the time.
I gotcha. You're a very community-focused person. How did that come about? As you said, you came from the Moon's community. So does that mean that you started off like as his moderator, or like someone closer, like a content sort of manager, community manager, stuff like that?
I am Moon's community manager. I'm also one of his Discord and Twitch moderators. I'm very community-based. Because originally when I came to Vrchat, I had no real... Well, I had a desire to stream, but I didn't want to make it a primary focus of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I built a community of individuals that, they're good friends and they're good people. And, the stream came later. And I kind of shied away from my community. I'll be honest. When I started streaming, things started not matching up. Things started conflicting, and I had to make a choice. You know, do I spend more time with my community, or do I spend more time with other content creators who are becoming my friends as well? And I found that to be a difficult balance. In my community as well, didn't like the streaming aspect. There was some conflict there. Recently, I've become more community focused due to a difference in visions within my community. The original community that I built, which was just a friends community, kind of clashed with the streamer side of things, and so they went to go make their own Discord. And in doing so, I realized, I haven't really been taking care of the people in my community as well as I should have. So I've recently been trying to refocus on my community and become the community-oriented person that I originally set out to be. So it's not... I think that my community focus comes more from the fact that that's what always made me happy ever since I got into Discords and communities and Vrchat. I think it's more just that's what makes me happy than that's what makes me successful. And that's kind of why I'm community focused. I just enjoy hanging out with people.
That's great, honestly. Like, I wanted you to talk about it because I think a lot of fellow content creators, streamers, VTubers, they should hear these things. I feel like a lot of people sort of stream and then they don't really focus on their community. They sort of just brush that aside and be like, I'll just plug in 4 hours a day or whatever, stream, and then just go on to my day or something like that. I mean, if you want to do it, you can do that, but I feel like connecting and establishing a connection with your community is very important. Doing hangouts, doing movie nights, hanging out in your own Discord and talking to them, messaging people, getting to know who your community is very important.
Well, that is definitely the case from a content creator side. And I encourage content creators to do that, but there needs to be a clear understanding of how you approach that. And I think that a lot of content creators approach that as, this is my community, these are my viewers. And it's good to have a healthy separation if that's what you want. But a lot of my viewers become my friends. And that the difference between my community and a lot of other communities is I try as much as I can to just be another person, to be human, to be real with them, to let them know, hey, I cry too, and, we're just two people. There's nothing really special about me. We're all the same. And I legitimately enjoy hanging out with the people in my Discord. They're my friends. They're not just my viewers. So if you want to be a successful streamer and you want to know your community better, I think that that's a healthy goal to have. But you also need to decide for yourself whether or not you want to be friends with your community or you want to maintain that almost hierarchical relationship of I'm the streamer and you're the viewer. And that's something that I, at one point, kind of had an attitude towards. And that's not the attitude that I have anymore, because it's, for me personally, it was toxic and it was not what was making me happy. I want friends, not viewers. And that's what I get.
No, you said it perfectly. Like, you're right. A lot of people do, have the hierarchy of I'm a streamer, you're a viewer. Some people, treat their viewers like family or like close friends. It really depends on the person and how they want to convey their content or their community. It's up to the person solely. Like, some people are like, no, I'm just here to plug in, do my stuff, and then, walk away. Some people are more connected, some people are less connected. It really depends on the person. I think, it just depends on what your preference is. Some people prefer the hierarchy, some people don't. If you are someone who wants to join someone's community, make sure you understand that, right? Because, sometimes you may want to be closer to that person. That person might be like, no, I'm not interested. And that sucks, but that's life. You gotta figure out, what community, and if that doesn't work for you, then you gotta find a community that is more accepting, that wants to be friends, not just, hey, I'm the streamer, watch me. Okay, when I'm not live, then I don't talk to you. It's up to the person to figure that out, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. And then a huge influence of it is because before I even started streaming, I was in VRchat. I didn't start streaming until late December. I was already in VRchat by that point, right? And I had already built up my community, which is called the Sunshine. And it was literally just a group of friends. It was a group of friends who enjoyed hanging out with each other. And it would betray that friendship and the purpose of the community to suddenly go, oh, hey, this is more of a stream related community now. I'm just gonna go stream and you guys can mingle in the Discord, but I'm not gonna be joining y'all. There was a period of time when I did that, which is unfortunate, and not only was a slap in the face to the people who I maintained these friendships with, but also I think didn't make me as happy as I could have been. You see, I wanted to hang out with other content creators, and so I was making time hanging out with people, some independent people in VRchat, as well as people within the Golden Gator, because it's different. It's nice to have conversations with other content creators because you know each other's lives, and you can, vent to them. You can get advice from them. A lot of content creators have the same interests, especially if you stream in the same category, just by nature of personality. So you mesh really well. And I had a difficult time balancing hanging out with other creators as well as hanging out with people who were literally just grassroots, hey, I met you in VRchat and you're cool, let's be friends, people. And I think, personally, as much as I enjoy hanging out with other content creators, I feel as though I now have a responsibility to the friends that I made in VRchat more so than, and this may be a detriment to my own emotional or mental health, but it's more important for me to keep those close, spontaneous relationships that I met in VRchat than necessarily keeping them with content creators. So I've kind of stepped back from that club, if you will, and I'm spending more of my time with my community. And that brings me joy.
No, it's a decision, right? Like, if that's what makes you happy, then go for it, right? There's no right or wrong way, and I guess there are wrong ways how to stream, but
well,
there's clearly some really bad ways. But anyway, what I'm trying to get at is, like, it's your own path, right? So if you want to be more focused on your community and your friends that you hang out with in VRchat, or do you want to be someone who focuses more on networking and connections? I try to do a little bit of both, and obviously as this world gets more updated, I'll be able to balance that more. Right now it's a work in progress, These things, they take time, as Gaben would say. It's worth the wait. But yeah, I feel like it's really up to you, right? There are some very large streamers out there, the top 100 that are solo streamers. They just typically hang out by themselves, don't interact with other content creators, but they hang out with their community. They're very community focused. There are people that are the opposite, where they'll hang out with other content creators all the time, but don't really have enough time to hang out with their own community. It really depends. There's also people that do both. Like it's sort of how you manage your time. Spend your time wisely, right? So there are many different ways on how to stream. But anyway, moving on from that. So obviously you've been playing for about a year. Is there anything that you can reminisce about when you first played Vrchat? Any like funny moments, interesting stuff you saw in Vrchat? They're like, wow, that was really cool. What the heck? I never thought I would experience that in my life. But now I have because of Vrchat.
I think for me, the first real experience that I remember clearly, well, there were two experiences, well, three experiences that I remember very clearly. The first is I forget the name of it, but there is this giant boat in a world. You click on a button, and it goes up into space, and it's playing music, and there's this huge light show, and it's really quite an experience. I forget what that world is called, but I'm sure you've seen it before.
I've done it and seen it. Yeah. I forget what it's called too, but yeah, I got it saved somewhere.
Yeah, I do too. And that was one of the very first worlds that I ever went to, and I just remember experiencing that with a group of friends for the first time and going, wow, this is cool. This is unlike anything I've ever experienced. Because it's one thing to see it on a monitor, but another to see your friend jamming out right beside you, to see all the colors and all the lights, no matter what direction you look in. It was memorable. It's so memorable that I have a picture of me in that world as the picture above the bar in my world. The second thing that I remember is when we started building the community, we wanted to have our own world. Or I should say, I wanted us to. I think a lot of other people were on board with it, but I really pushed for it. And I remember visiting that world for the first time, because even though it was unfinished, it was literally just, Unity tiles and a single building. It didn't even have a second floor. It was just a first floor. It was like a building with 4 doors and a mirror. And that's what the shrine started as. And even though we could have gone anywhere else, that is where we went. That was our home. That's where we wanted to be. We could have been anywhere else, but that's what we chose. And just hanging out there in the early days with all my friends is something that I'm not going to forget. I'm not. And it was good times. It was really the best times. I mean, I'm having some pretty good times right now. Now that I think I've gotten my priorities straight and I've refocused things the way that I feel satisfied and happy. But that was definitely a key memorable moment. And then another memorable moment is just I was hanging out with some friends on this weird world where you could drive like these mopeds, and the physics was so wonky. And they somehow had gotten themselves into a collision where the physics literally just picked like 3 of them up and just flung them around in a circle straight up in the air, and they were just flying up there for no goddamn good reason. And finally it ended by them getting flung outside of the map, and just you just saw them boom way off in the distance. And I remember that just being a huge laugh for me. So I enjoyed that. But those are kind of some key moments that I remember. All of them involving friends. I think that the best moments in Vrchat are definitely with friends.
Oh, absolutely. I agree 110%. I keep it $1.50. That's crazy though, that like you wanted to build a world specifically for your community, for your friends to hang out in, and I know quite a few people that use that world now. Like I think doesn't like Meat Hook and them use it for like the workout?
Yeah, they did for a while, and then they started using their own version of it that worked better for them. But yeah, Meat Hook uses it. Happy Thoughts uses it. Yeah, it's a fairly popular map.
Damn, that's crazy though. Because I only have this world. I want to get my own penthouse, where I can host like community events rather than relying on like just random like Just Be Club or something like that. So that's a plan for me, but that's probably next year. It's gonna cost me a pretty penny. Let's just say that. Worlds are pretty expensive these days. Case in point, this world. So yeah, but that's a goal of mine. But that's cool though that you have like your own, basically sort of like your base if you really think about it. Somewhere you can go and add on to it over time. You take pictures, you hang them on the wall. A place to watch movies, chill in the jacuzzi, drink. Just hang out. That's really cool, and it's awesome that you have that already in Vrchat. Some people have been playing this game a lot longer than I have and still don't even have that. So
It was definitely something that I wanted, that I thought would be important to give our people, my friends, some place that we could call our own, a home of sorts, because I think that having that really puts things together to say that this is ours. We can be comfortable here. This is, everyone can take ownership of that, I think that's really important because everyone has their clubhouse IRL. You have that place that you always go to.
yeah,
With me, it was my friend, Matthew's house. When I was a kid, Matthew's house was it. That's where we all went after school. Everyone would go to Matthew's house and we'd, surprisingly, as high schoolers, our main thing was cooking. We enjoyed cooking at Matt's house.
damn,
That's what we
cooking.
did.
You a good cook? Can you cook up some good shit?
Oddly enough, I'm not a good cook because
Oh,
I did go to cooking school for 3 months, and I learned a lot of recipes, like a smoked salmon with green pea puree that I'm never gonna make at home. But the thing about cooking school, at least the one that I went to, is that they taught you recipes, and then by doing those recipes, you're supposed to gather enough knowledge to start making your own meals. But I am not a very creative individual, so I never got to that point. So even though I can cook more elaborate meals, I typically don't, because I just don't have the know-how to put the ingredients together and all that kind of stuff. So
listen, being able to boil water is a talent these days, apparently.
it is. The one that I frequently use when cooking ramen.
Oh hell yeah! Oh yes, the instant noodle ramen. That's
Yeah, the instant ramen. We on that diet.
yeah, that's how you stay fit. You eat instant ramen and play Vrchat and dance every week. That's how you lose weight, gamers.
There you go. That will definitely lose you weight. I mean, true. I eat a lot of food, and the only reason I think I don't gain weight is because I'm in VR-chat.
Shit,
You move
there you
around
go.
a lot, you stand a lot, you dance. Trust me, you're not gonna gain weight if you do that.
That's true. But people are into the thick thighs these days, so some people are into that.
True. Yeah. So, I mean, hey, if you want thick thighs, just remember you gotta do your squats.
True.
You gotta do your squats.
True. That's actually true. I did 3,000 squats. Did you ever do a lot of squats in VRChat?
I did not. The most thing I've ever done is 1,000 crunches.
Holy shit.
When I was in high school, my friends and I had a challenge to do 1,000 crunches. It took me 2.5 hours to do it. I have never regretted anything in my life so much, because what I didn't think about is, and you don't think about this,
Yeah.
because you're not really doing anything, but just sitting here, you're using your abs.
Yeah.
if you're not slumped over like this, you're using your abs. I did not think about that. And so I wake up the next day and I'm like, I can't get out of bed. I can't lift my body. I can't. I'm just laying there. I'm like, I can't move. And so I finally managed to sit up, and I'm like, this is not any better. No matter what I do, I'm just in incredible pain, and it took so many days for me to recover. I'm never doing that again. Someone would have to pay me a lot of money for me to do that many crunches again.
But did it work though? Did you get some abs? Did you get a six pack? Were you like strong as fuck? You know, you can like break bricks.
No, actually, nothing happened except pain, a lot of pain.
Oh, fuck. Shit. Well, it's probably because you did 1,000 in one day. I think you're supposed to do it overtime.
Yeah, it turns out the secret is to do it more than once and less repetitions in one day. Yeah,
that's why you don't like bench like 500 pounds and you don't do it like 500 times. You do it like 5 reps, you know? Like you just, you know. You don't do 100 in one day and think, oh, tomorrow I'll look ripped. That's not how that works. Important life lesson.
But interestingly enough, as you mentioned that, my bachelor's is actually in exercise science, so I can now say that you're right. You do need to do it over multiple days.
Ah.
It took 4 years and a college degree for me to figure that out, but I finally got it.
4 years, gamers, to figure out that working out, you do it on a weekly basis, like 3 or 4 times a week or something, instead of like trying to do 10,000 squats in one day. Wow, who would have thought? Who would have thunk, dude? What a concept. That's why when I did 3,000 squats, I didn't do it all in one day. I did it over the course of 2 months.
Oh, okay, so you did it smart. Okay, so 3,000 over 2 months. What is that?
Like 100 a day.
That comes out to like...
Well, some days...
50 a day.
Well, it depends on... well, some days I did 100. It was based on the amount of subs that were given to me. Because it was for me to get full body and index. So some days people would be like, oh, here's like 50 subs, so here's 100 squats. And then one day I did 300 squats and I was dead, so.
Ooh, yeah, 300 squats sounds like meat hook levels are crazy.
Yeah. But you know what? They're gonna look pretty damn good when if they ever go to TwitchCon. Everyone's gonna be like, God damn.
Oh, everyone knows meat hook is gonna look fantastic. There's no doubt. Meat hook is way too strong, way too flexible, just way too capable to not have the body of a god. Let's be real.
Not way too dank though, right?
Meat hook may be way too dank. I don't know. The jury's out on that one.
Okay, all right. I'm just asking. Okay. So another thing I wanted to ask is, so on your avatar you have like glasses. Does that reflect IRL too, or you just thought, you know, glasses are for cool kids?
I've always wanted glasses on my avatar. I think that there was one avatar that I used for a while that had glasses that I thought really looked good, and I was like, oh, I want to put glasses on my avatar. But it kind of reflects IRL. I wear contacts. I do have a pair of glasses. Now, my biggest obsession when it comes to fashion is jackets and sunglasses. I have a collection of sunglasses. Yeah, ranging from, you know, Oakleys to Ray-Bans to, you know,
Sheesh. God damn.
Sunglasses, yeah.
Yes, the Supreme glasses up in there, like 2,000 grand, Gucci gang, you know?
No, nothing quite that expensive. I think the most expensive, the most I paid for a pair of sunglasses is like $400.
That's how much my prescription glasses were. Fuck. Those are like 2-3 years ago though.
Yeah, my prescription glasses were very expensive as well, but after a while, I was like so tired of like switching out glasses that with my prescription glasses, I got the you know, the ones that can turn into sunglasses. You know, the ones that
whatever it's called. I forget. I know what you're talking about. It's where it detects, like, a lot of kids have them, or well, not kids, but just people in general. Basically, when you're outside, it's a sunny day, it detects the brightness or whatever, and then it makes them to like sunglasses. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Polarized.
Let me tell you what, worth
transition.
every penny.
Something like that. I think it's
transition. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's called.
Transition lenses worth every dollar. Trust me.
I
worth
could have
every
gotten
dollar,
that.
especially if you drive a lot.
I just got sunglasses. They're prescription though.
Yeah. See, I just put them all in one. It's like, you know, and they look nice. You know, they're Ray-Bans. They look nice.
Yeah.
So.
I got Ray-Ban. Mine was get one, get a second pair, 50% off if I got them sunglasses. So I was like, oh.
See, that's a deal. You always got to go with the deals. Hunt for the deals.
That's what I did. And they're like mint condition because I like never use them. But you can't, but they're my prescription, so I guess I can't really sell them to somebody. So.
I mean, you could just don't let them try them on before you sell them.
Oh yeah. Or I mean, you could always just pop out the frames or pop out the lenses and just put your own in.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's I like the glasses look. I think they're cute. If I'm being honest, they're cute. That's why they're there.
It's a +5 to intelligence, you know.
Yeah, and I need that. Trust me, my community makes fun of me for being brain dead, and they're right.
Oh.
Right.
But the glasses equal it out. It's just like playing Fallout. You put glasses on, you get like +1 perception, you know, +1 to intelligence, you know.
I'm gonna need you to remind them of that every now and then, because they won't believe me.
No, I got you. How bad are your eyes? Do you have like really bad eyes? Are you like nearsighted or farsighted?
One is nearsighted, one is farsighted, and I'm legally
what the
blind in my
heck?
right eye.
Oh shit.
Yeah, my eyes are all messed up. Yeah. Yeah, if I wasn't wearing contact lenses, I legally would not be able to drive. I wouldn't want to drive without contacts. It's that bad. Like,
Can you start a forest fire
It's
for your
so
glasses?
bad. Yeah, I could easily.
They're that thick?
Let me tell you what. They are so thick that I had to get like special frames. You know,
Holy
like there were
shit.
only certain companies and only certain frames that would work with my prescription. It's that bad.
Damn.
Yeah.
Reminds me of when I was a kid, when I got my first pair of glasses when I was 4. My mom called them the bottle cap glasses because, you know, like the top of like a 2-liter of like Coca-Cola has like that bottle cap. Like that's how thick my glasses were. They're like 2 or 3 inches thick. I could literally start a forest fire with them. And it looked like Harry Potter glasses, like they're super round. And I was like 4, and I was just like, oh, I can finally see, guys. and I'll take off the glasses, and it'd be a summer day, and I can like melt ants. I'm like, damn ants.
So the moral of the story is we really need to keep you out of California.
Yeah, that's why I live in the East Coast and I live in Canada. It's okay though, it gets cold here, so can't start any forest fires. Sucks. Fuck. I'm a wizard. Literally, I was a wizard when I was a kid.
Everyone's got to be something when they're a kid.
What'd you want to be?
I was a dinosaur.
You were a dinosaur? Did you make dinosaur noises? Like a raptor?
Yeah, actually, okay, so Velociraptors were like my favorite thing when I was a kid. I had like multiple toys of Velociraptors.
Okay.
Yeah. I was that kid. You know, I eventually grew out of it and realized that dinosaurs aren't as cool as they think they are. I'm looking at you, Lazzy.
Whoa.
Some people don't grow up. I'm looking at you, Lazzy.
What the hell, man? Listen, being a dragon girl is a form of a dinosaur, man.
Is it though? Is a dragon girl a dinosaur? I don't think so.
Well,
I think that's
the
different.
lizards. I mean,
think so?
dinosaurs are cold-blooded lizards, right? So if a dragon's a cold-blooded lizard, then they're a scaly, which is a subcategory of a furry. So I mean, shit. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. See, I don't like that logic because it forces me to change my opinion about some people, and I really don't want to.
What do you mean?
You know, I don't. Well, see, it's like
Go
this.
on.
Like, okay, you know, you know, I don't like thinking of dragons as dinosaurs. That's just weird. Dragons are their own thing, you know. You really mean to tell me that Lazzy and Quinoa and ADC come from
Lazzie's
the
literally
same
a
family? Come on.
I mean, I wouldn't say the same
And,
family.
you know.
It's kind of like comparing, I mean, a chimpanzee is the same family as a human, 99%.
I guess. Yo, but like,
Checkmate.
I mean,
Dab.
you know, a lot of people. Well, I just know this. A lot of people call me a cat girl, and I'm like, look, I'm not a cat girl. I don't do that hissing thing. You know, I don't do that. You know, I'm not a cat girl.
What do you do?
I don't know. No one knows what I do because I'm a part cat, part fox, and as the song goes, what does the fox say? Nobody knows.
Oh.
You know, so I mean, the jury's out on that one. I guess I can make my own sound. Maybe we'll do a community event and we'll have people submit sounds.
Oh, okay.
What do you think a fox sounds like? What do you think a fox sounds like, Rebel?
Use Twitch Prime Gaming. Now. Follow the stream, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's what I think. Did you do anything for Halloween? Any costumes? Any
No,
Avatar
but I did
stuff?
drink. We did have a costume contest. And I drank as per usual, but no, I didn't really do anything. A lot of my friends that I have relied on in the past to help me with Avatar stuff have been really busy lately, and that's both good and bad. I'm really happy that their business is booming, of course. But I also don't want to overload them, so I don't ask for too many things. And plus, schedules are hard to, you know, mesh when you stream and somebody else is a content creator in their own way. It's hard to get your schedules lined up. You know, so I wanted to do a Halloween costume, but I didn't get the opportunity. Plus, I'm not good at Unity. I mean, it's also something that I've never really tried to learn because I'm an ADHD brain, and sitting in front of Unity is just way too mind-numbingly tedious for me. And honestly, the people who can do it are another breed entirely. Like, I'm down here, and they're like way up here. Like, anyone who can handle Avatar stuff is a god in my eyes. It's just, I don't know how they do it.
I guess I'm a god. Thanks for acknowledging that.
I mean, compared to me, yeah.
I'm a
Compared to
fucking
me, yeah.
I used to do Unity 2 years ago. I mean, for Worlds. I mean, for Avatar stuff, I know how to, like, do gestures. I mean, you can't see my avatar because it's local only, but I did all this gesture shit, you know. That's not too hard, though. That's, like... Yeah, once upon a time, I used to be a mapper. Because I didn't want to... Because I was poor, and I was like, I don't want to pay someone, like, $1 million to make a world. So I was like, I'll just make my own. And then I did. And it was a good learning process to understand world creation, but this is way back in the day, way before Udon, so... Like, I don't know anything about
So
world
it's
stuff.
back to school.
Yeah, I'm kind of whatever. But, I mean, now I have more money, so then I can just pay people to make worlds like this.
There you go.
Yeah. They know how to do all the good stuff. Anyway, so when you first started playing Vrchat, correct me if I'm wrong here. Maybe I am wrong. But you didn't always speak, right? You were mute at one point.
Yeah, so one of the things that drew me to Vrchat is that it's not the kind of game that's necessarily dependent upon your voice, because you can gesture, because you can draw, because you can write. One of the things that I experienced, and a lot of people have mentioned that it's probably the games that I played, but people in Overwatch and things like Counter-Strike and a lot of other games, people really weren't toxic. And one of the things that they would be toxic about is really the only feature of you over the internet that can be toxic about, which is your voice. And a lot of people were like, are you a boy? Are you a girl? I don't know what you are. And then they would assume my gender, and they'd be like, oh, you're a little boy. It's time to get off the Xbox. Or, hey, we don't want women in our game. You should be in the kitchen and stuff like this. And so being pulled in both directions and just being the butt of a joke because of my voice, I was like, well, I'll just not talk. And in a lot of the games that I played, talking and communicating is huge aspects of the game. It's very hard to play Counter-Strike or Overwatch without communication. You need to know what's going on with your team. So when I came into VRchat and I found out, hey, I can be a whole person that is not ridiculed or frowned upon if I decide I don't want to talk, was incredible. And it made me more comfortable being social. It made me more comfortable being able to approach people. And eventually I unmuted because I unmuted with a few friends, few very close friends, who told me, you have a lovely voice. And I think that those people are just being toxic, and I don't think you have anything to be afraid of. And a lot of people have reinforced that to the point where if someone is toxic towards me, I'm like, well, you're one person who says that, whereas I have 50 other people who tell me the opposite. So that's ultimately why I unmuted, is just huge, incredible support from my friends and the VRchat community that made me feel comfortable enough to unmute and be myself.
I think you have a great voice. It's very calming, very soothing. It's pleasant to the ears.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Chat?
Thank you.
Does not Sunshine have an amazing voice? Listen to that. I could... Listen, I might be lurking in the chat sometimes just to listen to you talk, I'll admit it, pee shy,
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, I've always said this to a lot of mutes, ex-mutes at this point, but a lot of them feel very subconscious about their voice. They say, like, oh, my voice doesn't match my body, or doesn't match who I want to represent myself as. And, in private, I talk to them, and some of them have unmuted specifically for me off stream, and some of them have very, very nice voices, very pleasant, better than my voice. And I'm just like, damn, like, I'm surprised you don't talk more. And they're like, thank you. I'm like, listen, honestly, I'm serious. You could do probably ASMR, and, you have an amazing voice.
Yeah, it's a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
And I think that with enough support and developing your own confidence, eventually, people will unmute more and more, I think.
You've already started seeing it in the last year. There's so many people from the Golden Gator have unmuted and plan to unmute. Firefox Blue was yesterday, the day before that. And then...
Yeah, I saw that.
And then supposedly more people are going to do it. And I'm happy for them, Even I've known mutes for 3 or 4 years that just recently, last 4 months, have unmuted. And they feel like it's a weight off their shoulders. They're just like, finally I feel confident in myself. I'm very proud of them, and I'm proud of you, Sunshine, for taking that step.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a huge step, and I think it was a huge step for me because I'm just able to, and I think this is true of most people, not all people, but I think for me, I'm able to express myself and my personality way more through my voice and vocal interactions than I can with body language. And so, some mutes can convey their thoughts, their quirkiness, if you want to call it, through their body, and that's just not me. I'm very much a person who likes to sit down and have a conversation, and a lot of my emotion comes through my voice, I think.
I agree. 100%. It's a great voice.
Thank you.
But on a different, unrelated note, it's November. Specifically, No Nut November. Are you participating?
I mean, I guess you can take that along as a no, probably. No, I'm a firm believer in, No Nut November is complete nonsense November. I think everybody should prescribe to Nuclear Nut November.
Yeah, I've heard of some always nut November. Especially if you're shirt on. I mean, I think some people could read that and just follow the steps.
Well,
Step 1.
Yeah, step 1, step 2, you can follow that. But the problem with always nut November is that you kind of lose your alliteration. That's the only thing I have. Nuclear Nut November kind of keeps the alliteration and the theme going while also clearly stating that you're on the other side of the playing field when it comes to that crowd.
Who even started this? Who even started that? When I was a kid in high school, like 10 years ago, you know what November was? It was No Shave Movember. It was for men's awareness, for men's health, for prostate cancer. Now it's about jerking. What the hell, man? What is this? Not jerking, I mean. What? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
What happened, dude? That was like 10 years ago. What? I was like, because I remember in high school, all the the guys would not shave, and all the teachers wouldn't either. And then we would have a charity, and then people would, you go to school, you donate your $5, $10, $20 into like a box, and then we'll collect it all, and then they'll send it to the prostate men's health. What happened?
Hey, I don't know. I never participated in that. So I don't know.
Oh, you can't grow a beard?
No, I cannot.
Oh, okay. Unfortunate. Damn.
Unfortunate, yeah.
You could have been like Lady Beard,
Yeah. See, that's an easy job. I just find a circus, be the bearded lady.
Yeah.
Do a show every night. You're good. You're golden. Easy money.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't do that. No.
I think it's because of all the Coomers that ruined November. Probably Twitter.
You think the Coomers?
Yeah.
Twitter? Yeah, Twitter's a big problem, yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like there's always some kind of Twitter drama going on.
Yeah. It's an echo chamber.
True. Although, I would like to ask, what other chambers have you been in that don't echo?
Chamber of Secrets.
Oh, no, I was in the Chamber of Secrets. That one's pretty big. I bet that one has a good echo.
Yeah. Whenever I play Chill VR, that's a pretty big echo chamber. It's just a big empty room. There's like no one around. You log in, it's just a big empty room.
See, listen, the only other VR social platform I've been on is Neos.
Same.
And that was wild. I haven't tried Chill Out, but I guess I need to try it at some point.
Neos is pretty up there, they got some more stuff going on, You can build avatars in real time.
You can also build worlds. When I went there, I went to a world where people were literally spawning in like floor panels to attach to the world. It was really, really interesting. It looked like a construction crew. It was insane.
Yeah, it reminds me of like
a really cool thing.
Gmod, you just start spawning props and slapping them together,
Yeah, or what's the Halo version of that? Forge. Yeah.
Yeah,
How
reminds me
about
of
Forge
those.
though? Are you waiting for Halo Infinite? Are you on that bandwagon?
I stopped caring about Halo since like Reach. I've just been a PC peasant. I know that Infinite is going to be on PC, but I don't know.
I've started enjoying Halo again. I really stopped playing after Halo 3, because I only played Halo 2 and Halo 3 really. But Halo 3 was the last Halo that I played. I forget. Was that high school? No, that was.
It was 2007. That was 14 years ago.
Jeez, wow, 2007, yeah.
Yeah, holy shit. That's a lifetime ago.
Yeah, that is a lifetime ago,
I was
man.
I was 12. I was like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" Hey, you go, what's up, guy? That's what happened. That's what happened. Hey, you want to go play baseball?
That is what happens.
What?
Yeah. No,
Whoops.
Halo 3 I remember. Halo 2 I kind of remember, but not really. Halo 2 I kind of remember. But Halo 3 I definitely remember, and then I just stopped playing Halo after that. But with the MCC and with Infinite coming out, I think I'm getting interested again. I've been playing a lot of Halo, and it's been hella fun.
I saw the Halo ads. They have like all those like UNSC ads. I think the newest one just came out. It's about like well, it appears the person has their throat damaged, so they have to use sign language. And then it's like the AI is like translating for him. It's very sad, very emotional. Makes you cry. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Halo's done a number of really firsts. Did a number of firsts in advertising. I think, you know, when they did what was it? Forward Unto Dawn. Did you ever see that movie?
Yes.
Yeah, it was great. I thought it was great. And then they did those Halo advertisements of them like, you know, where they would like they're like building Marines and stuff like that. Did you ever see that commercial?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, like I thought those were great, and I think Halo does a very good job when it comes to advertising, because it's not just advertising, it's actual content in and of itself, and I think that's phenomenal. I think that's how advertisement should be.
Yo, where's the Halo movie at, bruh? It might be coming. I swear I saw there was like a couple weeks ago I was watching YouTube, and then there was like this company that built a Warhog from scratch.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, I saw that. Yeah, and then you know that they actually crashed it the same day that they started testing it.
Yeah. Also, they didn't have a steering wheel, so they had to drive a fucking like screwdriver or some bullshit. They like stuck it in, and that's how you turn. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, because they didn't have a steering wheel yet. So I was like, why would you drive without a steering wheel? That's some ghetto shit right there. Like, what the fuck?
Well, as soon as I heard they crashed it, my first instinct was, alright, who the fuck let Ivan drive the truck? You know, it's like, you know Ivan's gonna fuck it up.
Hooligan? Yeah, it was them. That's who made it. Yeah, it was cool though. They talked about how like it had like 1,000 horsepower or some shit like that. Like it was like fucking beefy as fuck. Like it was like holy shit. Can you imagine that like being in combat, you just like use the actual Warhog and you have a fucking 50 cal, you just fucking running around shooting things.
I'll tell you what my favorite iteration of the Warthog was the one with the Gauss cannon.
Oh yeah.
It just made such a nice sound that it was like it had like a cracking sound. It sounded like a crack, you know, because I guess the slug actually breaks the sound barrier, so you have like that loud crack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was so satisfying. So satisfying to use.
I want to see that in real life. Someone making a grenade launcher mounted vehicle like that. You just start shooting grenade launcher rounds like that. Holy shit.
Yeah, see that, you know, that's the kind of thing you can only do once, because after that you go on a list, and then we never see you again.
Yeah, true. I mean, you can rent tanks out.
You know, so you better. Oh my god! So I actually know a guy who actually owns a tank in Texas, and
K-Kona.
he was kind of an asshole about it, because he actually parked it in the street in his neighborhood. Like, not in his driveway, like, literally just a tank in the street. And his HOA was like, you can't have a tank in this street. And his response was, do you think you can tow it?
Shit, man.
He's like,
God damn it.
He's like, if you can tow it, go ahead, move it. But otherwise, it's staying in the street. And as far as I'm aware, they were not able to tow it away.
Fuck.
No,
Gotta get another tank. Get a bigger tank.
Yeah, it was kind of an asshole move, but at the same time, I was like, you know, I'm proud of you. You know, good on you.
You want to drive the
my
tank
God. By
sometime?
the way, Vive controllers suck for gestures.
Oh yeah. If you want to move this here, and then you'll never grab it, because you never grabbed this one.
They're empty anyway.
In my update, they actually have coffee in them, and there's steam coming out. See, I spent a good budget on
Nice.
that. Yeah, real budget.
Yeah, the coffee budget. Listen, every real workplace needs a coffee budget. So I definitely think that if you're gonna put money somewhere, that's where it belongs.
I feel that. Okay. Do you feel that you inspire others to start streaming, or others to have a community like yours?
I think so. When it comes to the community, maybe not the streaming aspect. I am not someone I think that is entertaining or, revolutionary enough to inspire others to stream. I definitely think that I'm just another streamer, and if you like my content, I appreciate that, and I do try my hardest to be entertaining and to build my craft. But I know for a fact that people see the community I built, and they want either to be a part of it, or they want to emulate it. And they say that copying is the highest form of flattery. I know for a fact that Iron Jew used to come to my shrine parties, and they had good things to say. They said, "Man, it's really comfortable. It's a great thing you have going here." And then they went and they made their own lobby. They had their own Saturday night party, or actually I think they're on Fridays, their own Friday night party after experiencing my party. And the same thing with Aiden. Aiden started hosting her own lobbies and having her own parties. So I know that I've inspired other streamers at the very least to start going and doing their own thing with regards to that. But on the streaming side, I think that there's much less hype around my stream than there is the community. And personally, that's preferable. I think community is way more important than the entertainment that you can get from stream. Having actual relationships with people is, a healthy lifestyle that I think builds you up for success and helps you grow as a person. Whereas me personally, I know there was a time when I was depressed and I really clung to Moon stream, and I would come home from work, and that's what kept me going, is I just want to laugh. And I feel like that's good, but it's also a band-aid. And community and close friendships are what make life special.
You're right, 100%. I think very shortly here we'll start taking questions from the chat, because we have, or some of the Google document, I mean, because we have a couple here. How did you, before we get into those, how did you get into Moon's community specifically? Like, how did it? Were you watching him originally, and then you like sign up for a position? Like, how do you end up being his community manager? Like, how did that story go?
So I started watching Moon back when he was Moon OW, and he was doing a lot of Overwatch stuff. And I was a huge fan. I found him incredibly entertaining.
Okay.
And he said, one of the things that I want to do is I want to host Overwatch tournaments for my community. And he said, but I'm not going to do it myself. I need someone to do that for me. And my background originally was in StarCraft. In 2010, I decided... Well, in 2010, I started watching StarCraft. Was it 2010? No, 2012-ish. I started watching StarCraft 2 and falling in love with that community and playing the game, and I wanted to go pro. And when I kind of realized, hey, I'm probably not going pro, I decided, well, at the very least, I can work for the pros. So I started hosting tournaments. I worked with the Korean Esports Association. I worked with Blizzard, and I worked with Team Liquid to host and moderate and officiate StarCraft 2 tournaments.
Okay.
So when Moon said, hey, I want to do Overwatch tournament, I said, hey, this is great. At the time I was also working for Gosu Gamers, doing stuff with them on Overwatch. So I was like, hey, I have experience with, tournaments in different games, and specifically Overwatch. If you need someone to run these for you, I'd be happy to do that. And so Moon Moon said, "Hey, great, let's do that. Let's plan on that." And when Moon Moon started moving away from Overwatch, he was like, "Well, I don't really need someone to run Overwatch tournaments anymore." And I said, "Well, let's bring the Overwatch tournament kind of attitude and community building aspect to the variety gaming that you do and to the Discord, and let's make it more of a Discord-wide community events situation rather than focusing specifically on Overwatch." But that was the decision that was made, and so far it's been working great.
So you're like technically like a really big influence on him connecting with his community in a way.
In a way, yes. But one thing I will say about Moon Moon is, in the early days, Moon was much more interactive with his community. And I'm not calling him out on that. He's very busy nowadays. He has his own family. He's got his own life outside of streaming. But when he started streaming, streaming in his community was pretty big and was a lot of his time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I necessarily helped him connect with his community. I think I helped him do the things that he wanted to do with his community. But he's always been a big part and a big influence on his community in and of himself. He didn't need me to do that.
I would say it goes hand in hand. You have people that help you sort of along the journey. Ever took in school the hero's journey?
No.
Well, basically it's like a circle, and it starts off like the journey starts, and then the end would be the quest is complete or something like that. This is typically how most video games and how storytelling is. You have the hero's journey, then like let's say a quarter way, so like the 3 o'clock, like a clock. You get the quest start, or like the whatever, and then at the 6 o'clock, that's where the conflict is. A lot of movies do this too. So like 6 o'clock or halfway through, there's the major conflict that you meet the antagonist or you meet the issue, the struggle. And then 9 o'clock, you resolve it. You get through that struggle. And then at 12, you're complete your journey. And then you start anew. And that's, basically how most video games and how most things in life are. It's the hero's journey. You have the struggles, you overcome them. You, stuff like that. So obviously for him to give this relation to Moon Moon, he wanted to do an Overwatch tournament with his community. There's the start of it. That's the journey start. And then, he wanted to do it. There's the struggle of trying to figure out what to do. Meets you. You help run it for him. Goes and does all the cool events. 9 o'clock. He all stops quitting playing Overwatch. That's 12 o'clock. He's on a new journey. Rinse and repeat. Does that make sense? Chat? Is everyone following around?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah.
I learned that in college. I'm smart. Anyway. Yeah. I don't know. Or just Google it. I took that years ago, so it might not be 100% accurate, but it's something like that. It's just type in the hero's journey, like circle, clock, and you'll understand it. But anyway, I think we'll start taking questions now. So, first question from Jorno. How did your experience as Moon Moon's community manager influence your decision making for a streaming career?
I would say it really didn't. Because I had already been his community manager for 5 years by the time I decided to start streaming.
Okay.
Being his community manager did not influence me to stream, really. I mean, is it advantageous to have my name out there already? Yes. But the biggest influence for me to stream was, ironically, my community. I wanted to bring as many people into my community as possible, and I thought that streaming would be a good way to do it. Because the community would feed into the stream, and the stream would feed into the community. And it's worked out well. We've had some bumps and some bruises along the way, but the stream was always meant to be a supplement to the community experience, not the other way around. And that was the primary drive for streaming.
Okay. I gotcha. Next question we have here is from Jorno again. If you had to buy a cream interior vehicle, what car would it be?
Oh, it would be a Tesla. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
He already knows.
Oh, you want a Tesla,
cream colored leather interior Tesla. Yeah.
Damn.
That should be everyone's goal in life, honestly. That's, once you have that, you've made it.
What do you mean?
You know?
I thought every YouTuber, every streamer has got to have like the Bugatti, got to have the, the Lamborghini.
No.
Crash it a few times.
No,
make some YouTube videos. Fuck, I crashed my Lambo.
I'm telling you, those are all lies and slanders, and they're meant to take you off the true path of the Tesla with cream colored leather interior. Just trust me. Just trust me.
Can I make videos
That's what you
where
want.
I can be like, I crashed my Tesla? Someone stole my Tesla?
Yeah, you can definitely make videos with that. Someone stole my Tesla, yeah.
A demon possessed me
Ultimately,
and then made me almost drive off a cliff.
Ultimately, what you gotta do is you need to get the Tesla, and then you need to get it wrapped with Moon Moon's face on it. Just have Moon Moon's face plastered all over it. That's what it is. That's what the goal is.
Why not your favorite VTuber? I see a lot of people doing that.
My favorite VTuber?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna do this to me, huh? Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not easy. That is not easy.
Uh-oh.
It's split between Sarui and Momo. I love both of them to death. Oh, they're both so good. And I've had the opportunity to meet Momo. Incredibly nice person. Incredibly nice. I can't think of anyone or anything. I can't imagine anyone would have anything bad to say about her. The experience I had with her was just very chill. She's very down to earth, very humble, but very I don't know, she's just easy to get along with, and she's very entertaining. So having at least spoken to Momo on a semi-personal level, I admire her, not just for her stream, but as a person. But Sarui, as an entertainer, I've never met her before, but if I'm gonna watch a VTuber stream, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be.
Okay. Damn. Those are some pretty good picks.
Yeah, I think so. Also, am I the only one who just has fallen in love with her French accent?
I knew her.
Oh my god, I'm
way
so in love with
before.
it.
I knew her when she was an artist. She was drawing.
Yeah.
She'll draw those very nice art pieces. Very, very nice. Very spicy. Apparently, she plays
Also,
Vrchat.
Crumpet would like to join. Would you like to interview Crumpet?
Oh, I already interviewed like Crumpet like 5 times at this point. I need to relax. This is your interview. Listen, we can't have distractions.
Oh yes, this is serious business.
This is very serious business. Listen, if I'll say this, chat. If Murder Crumpet wants an interview, he can DM me, and then we'll set it up. But anyway, next.
I'll be sure to let him know.
Yeah. Anyway, Jorno again says, "What's your favorite Borpa?"
I don't even know. I don't even know. Actually, I do know. Sun Borpa. Sun Borpa is a good one.
Okay.
I'm
Blaze.
just gonna go with my own brand. Is the easiest answer.
Blaze asked the question: how much money for 1,000 crunches or squats? Yeah, how much? How much would it cost
Who
you?
asked that?
Blaze. You gonna ban them though?
Blaze. No, I'm not gonna ban Blaze. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet, anyway. Soon, it's coming, but not today.
All right.
Ooh, 1,000 crunches. I don't know. Maybe we'll make it like a sub goal one day. I don't know. $500? I can be convinced of less, but I think for the amount of pain and suffering I'm gonna go through, I think $500 is a pretty good place to start at anyway. Because that it's not just, you have to think about it this way, it's over time, right? It's not like the immediate suffering I'm gonna have to go through. That suffering is gonna happen for a week at least, so I really need to, upcharge that level of torture.
Makes sense. What you should do is be like, yeah.
It's interesting to me that my community is like, how much can we pay you to hurt yourself?
I mean, you could just be like, yeah, I'll do 100 squats a day, but you have to pay me.
Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then secretly,
That would still hurt.
it would still hurt because I did that. But secretly, in a few months, you're gonna feel that, and then you're gonna be strong as fuck and crushing watermelons between your thighs.
Okay, that is a good goal to have. Crushing watermelons with your thighs. If you can do that,
Yeah.
I mean, you can make more money crushing watermelons with your thighs than you could doing squats at that point.
That's true.
People would pay money to see that. 100%.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. Do you guys want to see do you want to see Sunshine crush a watermelon with her thighs in about a year from now?
Oh, they would. Here, I'm just gonna let you collect all the mugs. How about that? Here, there's the last one.
Damn, there's a lot of mugs. Look, I can't pick them up. Magic. But, okay. Anyway, next question. Jorno says, what's the next step on your DJing career / hobby, and when can we expect to see more of it? Oh, wait, you DJ? I didn't know that.
I've been dabbling in it, and there's so many things that I want to do when it comes to performing and content creation and my interest in the arts. I don't know what the next step is. I don't know when the next step will be. Because there's so many things I want to do. I've been dabbling in editing videos and putting videos up on YouTube. I've been dabbling in photo editing. I've been dabbling in, I want to learn French. And today I had my first singing lessons because I want to be able to sing on stream and do that kind of content because I think that's really fun and really cool. And I've always wanted to be a talented singer, and I figured now is just the best time to pursue that. So it's hard to say with how varied and how quickly I hop from interest to interest when I'll go back to DJing, but I'll definitely be going back to it because music is something that I absolutely love, and I will always pursue some type of music, but right now it's singing. Probably not the answer he was looking for, but the best I can give.
No, that the answer's, that opens a lot of doors, Singing is a huge thing. I'm tone deaf, so I'll never sing, but if you can sing, hey, that's great. You can do some karaoke streams, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'd love to. Actually, that's the goal.
Jay Suarez asks, what is your favorite genre of games and why is it tactical shooters?
My favorite genre of game is tactical shooters, which the original tactical shooter being Counter-Strike. When you look at tactical shooter, that's exactly what Counter-Strike is. And I love the pacing. You got 2 minutes to reach an objective and that's it, so it's just a wonderful genre of games that you have a set time limit, you have an objective, you have a team. The gunplay is important, but so is the strategy. And experience counts. And that's why I enjoy it more than, say, something like Call of Duty or Apex. I like both of those games, but there's just nothing quite like pure Counter-Strike. And Valorant's a close second, but Counter-Strike is top dog, always.
Okay. I saw earlier in the chat that people were saying Lewd Shrine. What's up with that?
So, I'm a very wholesome streamer, I think, especially compared to a lot of other VRchat streamers, which is not, I'm not knocking them for being more lewd than I am. That's their content, and
Okay.
you know, I can appreciate that content. That's just not my content. But my community enjoys gaslighting me and telling me that I'm very lewd when I'm not that lewd. So they just like calling me lewd shine. They also like saying that I'm hairy, I'm a furry, and that I have shell tits. Like my tits go so far out that you could like rest things on top of them. So those are, yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah,
What
my
the
community's
hell?
very mean to me.
Shelf tits. It sounds like
my community.
sounds like
Yeah.
TWS, thick waifu syndrome. It's when you're so thick you can't see your feet. You can hold boba tea.
It is. Yes.
Yeah, I suffer every day. It's a very
Man.
serious problem. That's why you should consider following or subscribing to help out your local anime waifus like Sunshine and myself.
Gotta help out your waifus. It's true.
Oh yeah. So you even have a command for it. I suffer from anime girlitis, and soon after that I developed TWS, which is thick waifu syndrome. Every day I look down, I can't see my feet anymore. Bible thump. True story.
It just happens. One day they just get too big, and then you're like,
Yeah.
"Where did my feet go?"
Yeah.
And you know, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. It sucks.
Sometimes I wonder if I even have feet.
Yeah. Jorno says, that's not my content. And it's directly quoting you, she says, with a cum shirt. What do you mean?
I mean, let's be real. The cum shirt is not really about being lewd. It's more about doom. You know, it's a doom
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's just spelt doom in a really weird language. The Coomer language.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm wholesome. What do you mean? Listen, my shirt ripped, okay? Relax. Oh,
Exactly.
yeah, you don't see what I'm talking about. There's just a giant hole here. Listen, it went in the dryer. It ripped. Blaze says, if you start singing Can We Collaborate, you're going to collaborate with Blaze?
Wait, say that again. Sorry.
Blaze asks the question, or more of it's like a statement. If you start singing Can We Collaborate?
I mean, yeah, I don't know about collaborations. Most of what I want to focus on is karaoke. Singing my own versions of different songs, you know, by I like music by Arctic Monkeys, Billie Eilish, you know, some other EDM artists as well that I'd like to sing with, particularly like Cloud and Ghost Data. So we'll see.
Okay.
As far as collaborations, but I think mostly I just want to focus on karaoke because that's what I'm enjoying right now.
There's a lot of karaoke worlds in VRChat, so you got plenty of stuff to play around with, honestly. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely a lot of opportunities.
So what's with the gold shorts? Like, why are they specifically gold?
They're specifically gold because this the idea for this clothing comes from a particular picture that I really like.
Okay.
And the model in there is wearing golden short shorts.
Oh.
So I was just
Fan
like,
art?
I want the golden short shorts. No, it's not fan art of mine. It's just an artist that I like drew a thick anime waifu that had gold shorts. And like a short, she was like a think Hooters, like she was like a Hooters waitress.
Okay.
But she had a black shirt and golden shorts on, and that's where this outfit kind of comes from.
Oh. You should scrap yourself, though. You are the enemy, thick waifu now.
I am the thick anime waifu now. True.
Yeah.
True.
Would you say your chat is What percent would you say is like Coomers? Or how much is Borpa?
Probably about. It's probably a good 50-50. The thing is that my chat, my community is a combination of Coomers and Borpa, but they're Coomers in the sense that it's almost like parody, in a way. It very much is, I think. We joke about, Tom, and stuff like that. And sure, there's a level of seriousness to it, but it's also playful bantering, and it's definitely parody. I'll give you an example. My community, we recently had a vote during one of our town halls. Hey, should we allow not safe for work artwork in our Discord? Is that something that we want? And it was a resounding, unanimous no. That's not our community. So I can say that although we joke about it, we talk about it, it's mostly parody, because when you get right down to it, we don't want the focus of our community and my content as well to be focused on consumer content.
No, I get you. It's like it's like a joke, It's not serious. Like, you're not actually like degenerates. It's kind of like
right.
It's kind of like haha, the cum shirt, or hee shelf, booba shelf.
Yeah. That's not to say that there isn't some kind of adult content as well. It's just not nearly as far as a lot of people, I think, imagine it going.
Yeah, makes sense. Listen, we're all degens around here, chat. Some of us are respectable adults, and sometimes we just, make some jokes, make some puns, But anyway, we've been going for about an hour and a half now. Do you feel good?
Yeah, no, I feel good.
Oh yeah, just checking in.
It has been a remarkable day. Oh yeah, it's been a remarkable day. I've enjoyed this.
Well, I've been enjoying this too. If anyone has any questions, please use the use the command in the chat, submit my questions, and then submit a question there. But in the meantime, while we wait, do you have anything you want to ask me? You don't have to, but just, to fill the space until someone asks a question. Do you have anything you want to ask me?
I mean, you talk about, this is interview 267. Of the people you've interviewed, who do you think has been most memorable for you? Who did you really enjoy interviewing?
For me, there's a lot. I would say almost every interview is memorable in a way, but the most memorable, or something I constantly refer back to, is a few individuals. One of them being an interview I did with Stealth RG, aka Chips, aka the guy from Ascension Academy. That interview went over for 4 hours, to give you a reference.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty nutty. And I still haven't seen that guy since. One day, I'll see him again.
He is quite elusive. I know that we had a hard time getting him to come back to the Golden Gator, so yeah. I can understand.
Yeah, it was a good 4 hours. That's why it had to be 4 hours long, because I was like, I'll never see this guy ever again. So.
Dad went to go get cigarettes and never came back.
Yeah. I was joking. Actually, I've seen him since then, but not for an interview, just for casual hangouts. Another person would be probably someone like Nags21, aka Joy Bagels. He's one of the first content creators of Vrchat. He doesn't play anymore, or stream Vrchat. I've interviewed him 3 times. And every single time I talk to him, he's very influential, very passionate. He's done a lot for this community. In early 2018, he did a charity for breast cancer, and I think they raised $30,000 or $40,000 with his community.
Wow, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's
with him and his community. That was nutty. I was like, what the fuck? And then he did another one a year later for suicide awareness, and I think it was a pretty similar amount, or like I think it was actually more. I think it was 40. Like I think the other one's 30, and then that one was 40. I forget. But yeah, pretty crazy stuff. I was like, holy shit. So, yeah. So those are the type of interviews that are more memorable to me because it's like, you know, I'm talking to someone who is a huge impact on a lot of people because when I talk to other people I've interviewed or just going to clubs or parties in Vrchat, even in present day in 2021, almost 2022 now, many people still reference Chips or Nags or you know, Jameski, you know, Rob, various streamers. Like they still reference those people and be like, yeah, that's the reason why I got into this game. That's why I'm here. Or Soda Poppin' or Moon in your case. Like a lot of people do make those names up because I always like to talk to people. I always like to know how do they come into this game, and typically it's from those people. Like, and I got to sit down and talk to them, so that's really cool. Okay, we have some more questions here. Jay Solars asked the question, "What's in the future for you, Sunshine?"
I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm quite happy with where I am right now. It's hard to think about the future because, you know, tomorrow is so uncertain.
Mm-hmm.
And although I don't want to be complacent, I'm just satisfied. You know, I feel like I am growing at a pace that I enjoy. I'm not working so hard that, you know, I feel overworked. I'm enjoying hanging with my friends again. I'm enjoying life. I guess the one thing that I would like is eventually I'd like to grow to be the streamer that has, you know, 500 viewers one day. Maybe that's a lofty goal. That's somewhere I'd like to be at some point in my career. But right now, I'm kind of just enjoying the ride, and I try not to think about the future too much. The future will happen whether I think about it or not.
That's a good answer, you know. The enjoy the ride, not worry about the future and have the stress of like, oh, you know, I didn't get partnered, I applied, I you know, I didn't get accepted. What the heck? Like some people worry about the little things. They should just enjoy what they're doing and realize, hey, you know, there's 50 people watching me. You know, that's something to look forward to every time they stream. Some people don't think about that. 50 people chose to watch you out of 10,000 other streamers. That should be more than enough to make yourself happy or be like, damn, you know, feel good about.
Yeah, and for me, I've fluctuated between really caring about, you know, like hitting partner and my numbers, and I still look at that and I still dream about hitting partner one day, sure, but I don't know, the more time I've spent with my friends and hanging out and enjoying their company, the more I realize that if I did hit partner, nothing changes. Literally nothing changes. I mean, sure, you get a check mark, sure, you get a little bit more cut from your subs, sure, and you get emotes.
Mm-hmm.
But does anything really change, and does it really say anything about you as a streamer or a person? Not really. It says, hey, you're entertaining enough to retain your audience, and you network well enough to get the exposure you need to reach that point. That's what it says. And while that's great as a streamer, does that make you happy as a person? Because let me tell you, when I did my partner push, and when I was chasing partner, I was not happy. I mean, I enjoy streaming, but I wasn't truly satisfied. Because what satisfied me was making people happy, and streaming makes people happy while you're streaming, but creating a community where they can develop friendships makes them happy even when you're not there, and that's so much more valuable, both for you as a person to feel fulfilled and for you on a personal level to have those relationships yourself.
Makes sense to me. Good answer. Jorno asks, would you ever go back into the military?
Yes. So my military experience is very different from most because I was stateside, and most people don't know this, but each state in the United States has its own military that is responsible to the government of that state. It's not federalized and it doesn't deploy.
Like National Guard?
I did search and rescue.
Oh.
Well, it's actually called State Guard, and it's one. I don't want to say it's one level lower than National Guard, but you've got like active duty Army, you've got National Guard, you've got State.
Okay.
And I would go back in if I got to do the same things that I was doing, which was search and rescue and infrastructure security. Because I enjoyed the people that I worked with, I enjoyed the mission, and it was a much more relaxed environment than most of the other branches of the military, because we were all trusted to be professionals. We all did certifications, we did coursework, we just expected you to get the job done. I wouldn't go active duty, and I wouldn't go back in if I had to change occupations, but I'd go back in for that, especially if I got to be with the same group of people that I was with.
When you were part of the state army or guard, do you have any stories from that you can share?
Oh my God. I'll be honest with you. There aren't a whole lot of stories to tell. As far as anything funny. Well, okay, that's not true. This says something about me when I was a cadet. I was both enlisted and in officer school, ROTC, at the same time. And when you're wearing your cadet rank, you're kind of outside the chain of command. People leave you alone because you don't command people, but people also don't command you. You're there to learn. But I was also a specialist, which means that I was within a chain of command as an enlisted soldier. And one weekend I was supposed to be working as an enlisted soldier, helping my platoon. And I decided I would sham, as most specialists do. And I put on my cadet rank so I could kind of kick back, relax, and not have to do anything. And my sergeant major, who's like the top sergeant in your battalion or regiment, caught me doing that and was not pleased. And so I spent the entire day picking up the brass off the ground after all the soldiers went to the shooting range. I mean, just imagine spending 5 hours in the Texas heat picking up these brass shells because you wanted to take it easy, and kind of got exactly the opposite thing. So moral of the story is just do your fucking job.
Yeah. They don't fuck around.
They do not.
Damn, I never thought you were in the military, in a way, with the state guard.
Yeah, it was a interesting experience. It was unforgettable.
Does that mean you can beat my ass?
No, me beating your ass has to do with the fact that I won a national karate championship when I was 16. Has nothing to do with the military.
Oh. That still means you can beat my ass without being in the military.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Watch out.
Karate was a big influence on me growing up, for sure. And it definitely contributes to my current personality and my lifestyle choices, I think.
Oh shit. You judo throw me?
I can. Actually, there was a time that I was trying to teach martial arts in Vrchat, and that's one of the limitations, is that you can't teach throws or grappling, which is really unfortunate. I can't wait till we have like haptic suits that can interact with people, so you can actually feel
Yeah.
what's going on, because that will change a lot of things. I mean,
Yeah.
it's going to change the way that we dance in VR. It's going to change the way that we teach any kind of skill in VR. Honestly, is when we have haptic feedback, and that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm looking for those physics bones, you know? You can touch people's damning bones, and then you can punch me right in the chest, and I'll feel it IRL. I would say don't punch me into my moneymaker, dude. That's my personalities right there. Don't punch that.
I'll make sure to punch around it.
Oh, thank you. Very kind of you. You know? Don't punch in any area that's you know, only you know, only in the shins, you know? Only punch me in the shins or the stomach, that's it, you know? If you punch me in the stomach...
The shins? What about the elbows? I mean, if you wear a long-sleeve shirt, the elbows are covered up pretty
elbows? I mean... Yeah. Elbows are... I guess you can punch me in the elbows. Okay. We have one more question here, and then we'll wrap it up. Jace Lars again asks, who does it better than the cream of the crop?
Nobody does it better.
Not even you?
Not even me. Not even me.
Oh, okay. Well, that answers that question.
Very easy answer, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Well, I think we'll start wrapping up here. It's been an hour and 50 minutes, almost 2 hours. Is there anything that you would like to bring up, talk about, conclusions, anything you want to say? Any last minute statements? Anything to shout out?
No, just it's been absolutely wonderful being here, and you asked a lot of good questions. I've enjoyed this. Yeah.
Hey,
It's nice to be able to talk about yourself and see what other people want to know about you, and that's always interesting. So being able to come here and see what was on people's minds is refreshing.
yeah, I always love to interact with people. I love talking to people, especially you, Sunshine. That's why I said, you know, a few days ago I wanted to meet you before the interview and have a conversation and show you around and all that stuff. And I think you're a good conversationalist. You know, you have a lot to say. You have a lot of stories.
Thank you.
You have a very pleasant voice. I think everyone should give you more love and support and appreciation. And I hope that you accomplish all your goals in the future, whatever your life or path takes you. I'm sure that you will find a way and make people very happy and very proud, like myself.
I appreciate that, Rebel. Thank you so much. And I appreciate what you do here. I think this is very fulfilling and important work. You know, it's a great service to the Vrchat and Twitch community, really, to kind of get to learn to know the personalities that people see on screen. So,
absolutely. And again, if anyone here is from my community or anyone else just tuning in, go check out Sunshine's Twitch stream. It's twitch.tv/sunshine247__, right? There's two of them, right?
2 underscores, yes,
Yeah,
because
right.
for whatever reason, 247 and 247_ were both taken.
What the heck?
Yeah, I don't know.
Damn. A link sus. Well, anyway, yeah, check her out. Hit her up that follow if you got a Twitch Prime. It's a new month. That means that you can, you know, use your Prime Gaming sub, especially on Sunshine. You know, support her and hit that follow button. It's free. You also get follower emotes now on my channel. It's also more available to affiliates, I think, soon. Twitch is also just updating that, so that's also a thing. If you haven't followed me yet, you can follow me. Just hit that follow button. Make sure to hit that bell. If you want to subscribe, it helps supports the channel. All these interviews do end up on YouTube, by the way, within about 48 hours. So if you're someone watching on YouTube, go to the link down below to watch me live on Twitch. And pretty much, hopefully you guys enjoy this interview. Again, thank you so much to Sunshine. Can we get some love, some hearts in the chat for Sunshine? A very amazing, very talented person. And I hope to see her again soon. And, you know, I'm happy that you have all these goals, you know, all these things you want to do for your community, your friends, wanting to learn how to sing, You have a very interesting life, and it's been a pleasure. So thank you so much. We're going to be ending the stream here in about a minute. Do you have any recommendations who you want me to raid specifically?
I mean, you know what? I think that anytime we can kick it over to the Yashai, you know.
Yeah, we can do that. I'll kick it over. Raid Moon. We'll raid. I think we'll raid Yashai. That's what your first choice was. Yeah, I think Moon's a very small streamer in the grand scheme of things. I think Yashai deserves it a little more, Just saying.
For sure, yeah.